Now to Florida's capital, where Democrats used this 53rd anniversary of the Roe v. Wade decision to promote ending many of the state's abortion restrictions. Today, they pushed a bill called the Reproductive Freedom Act. It would do several things, including making sure women have access to abortions and birth control. It would also protect anyone who helps women get reproductive health care.
Reproductive health care needs are unique to everyone, and no two pregnancies are the same. So restrictions are dangerous when a woman, a family, or each pregnancy requires a different type of care.
The bill is not likely to gain any traction because of conservatives control the state legislature. Florida bans most abortions after 6 weeks of pregnancy.